up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing our February 2021 net worth update. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lo, and my husband and I are working on paying off our student loan debt, getting our financial life in order, and all that good stuff. And one of the things I have been tracking each month is the change in our net worth. Currently, our net worth is a negative number, and we are trying to get that to be a positive number. I set a goal for us to have that be positive by the end of the year, but honestly, I just feel happy if we are increasing our net worth every single month and moving towards that positive number. I know we'll get there eventually, so it may be this year or maybe later, but I'm really excited to share with you the progress that we made in the month of February. So this is our net worth tracking spreadsheet. This is how I track how our net worth changes throughout the month and from month to month. So you can see here I've got our finances broken up into these two different categories. One is this green section, which is our assets. This is everything that we own. And then over here, the pink section is liabilities. So everything that we owe, all of our debts. And this includes our mortgage and our student loans. Oh, and our home equity line, which is kind of part of our mortgage. So each month I look at what the value of that asset or liability is worth at the beginning of the month, and then I look at the value on the first of the following month. So for the month of February, I have all the values as of February 1st and as of March 1st, and so we can see how much the value changed in that 1 month period. So starting off with our house was worth $404,000 and it went up to $406,500, which was a change of $2,500, which is great. Our house keeps going up in value every month or every couple months without us doing anything, so it could always go back down, but for now it's going up, which is awesome. I've done a few months of these net worth updates now, and each month I get questions about how we value our house and how that plays into our net worth, and so I like to address those because they're interesting questions and people feel like I may be doing it wrong or they would do it differently. And one comment that I got last month is that we shouldn't count the value of our home in our net worth, because if we sold our home, then we would still owe rent. And it's an interesting question, but if you think about it, if we sold our home and we have quite a bit of equity in our home, maybe like, I don't know, like 75,000 of equity, so this asset would go away and the mortgage and the home equity line over here would go away, and the house would just turn into cash, maybe 75,000 of cash or so. And then let's say instead of buying a new house, we just rented, and so we were paying rent the same amount as our mortgage now. So we pay about $2,000 a month now for mortgage. Let's say we're paying $2,000 a month for rent. Well, that amount of our mortgage or rent, whatever it would be, is built into our budget. And currently, because we own our home and have a mortgage, that mortgage payment pays down the mortgage balance, and so it increases our net worth every month, every time we make a payment. But if we were renting, we would still have to pay our rent. It just wouldn't go towards increasing our net worth. So to me, I still think it's correct to count the equity in your home, because even though we would have to pay rent if we sold our house, we are paying a mortgage now. So our budget would look the same, just our rent wouldn't increase our net worth each month. So hopefully that clears that up. Okay, next we have savings. So this is our emergency fund and our sinking funds. So we started out with $21,104 and that went up a few $100s to $21,452. So that was an increase of $348 in our sinking funds. Some of that is money we're setting aside for like taxes, because we know we're going to owe some taxes, house maintenance, car maintenance, some other things. So that's why that increases over time. I would love to make a video all about sinking funds at some point. I have so many video ideas and just not enough time to do them. So that's on the list. But I will be talking about that at some point in much, much more detail. Next, we have my husband's retirement accounts. So this is just the total of all his retirement accounts. So he started out the month with $26,570 and ended the month with $28,976, which was an increase of $24,006. He contributed $1,500 to his 401k, and then he gets an employer match, and the rest of that is just market gains. because the market did end up going up this month. For my retirement, my account started out at $14,480 and ended at $15,313. So that was an increase of $833, which is great because I only put $500 into my retirement this month. So also mine went up. It's invested in the stock market. And again, I love to make much more detailed videos on exactly what we're doing with retirement, but that'll be on the agenda for some point in the future. But for now, we can just talk about how it did go up, and that's exciting. Next is my brokerage account. This is just a Fidelity account that I opened because I get spending money every month and I really wasn't using all of it because I've really cut back on my spending, and so I wanted a place to put that extra money to invest it and not touch it for a while. I don't even know what I'm going to use it for, but I am just putting it away. Fidelity has a zero fee, zero minimum index fund, and it's their total stock market index fund, and it's called FZROX, I think, FZROX. So I just put my extra spending money into this account, and it's invested and hopefully grows over time. So this month I think I put $75 in, and it went up by 87. So you know, 12 of that was gains. Next we have my daughter's 529 account. So this is for college savings for her. This account started out at $4,072 and went up to $4,373, which was an increase of $301. I'd have to look back. I think we contributed, let me look. We contributed $225 to that account this month, so that increased as well. Next we have our HSA. So that is a pre-tax account for health costs, and so we as a family are able to contribute up to $7,200 to that account for 2021. The individual limit is lower. I don't remember what it is, but if you're married, it is $7,200. So we had contributed $1,800 so far this year. It lost money because it's invested, and so it was at $1,743, and then the market went back up, so it's at $1,799. So it's just about where it was when we put the money in. It's back to even, but for the month there was an increase of $56. Next, we've got stock options. So we do have some stock options in a company, but we are not able to cash them out yet, and they aren't really worth much at this point. So hopefully they'll be worth a lot of money at one point, but they are not worth anything quite yet. So I leave it in there to remind me that we have them and to stay hopeful that that will be worth something in the future. But for now, I leave it at zero. I don't know if you guys can hear that. My neighbor's car alarm is going off. All right, and finally for assets, our cars I have on here. We have two cars. They're both relatively new and have about 100,000 miles on them. I think they're actually worth more than this, so this is a conservative estimate, but I didn't change the value. I didn't look up the Blue Book value or anything. I just left it at what it was, which is $13,000 total for our two cars. So we started out the month with $485,407 in assets, and we ended the month with $491,938, which is an increase of $6,531. So that was a good month for our increase in assets. And next, let's look at the liabilities. So our mortgage started out the month at $307,989. We made our regular mortgage payment, and that brought the balance down to $307,483, which was a change of $506. Last month, I think it was a change of $504. So each month, just a little bit more goes towards principal and a little bit less goes towards interest. So unless we make extra payments on our mortgage to help it get paid down faster, it's just slow progress on that because it is a 30-year mortgage and we just refinanced. I think it was last fall. I can't even remember at this point. I think it was about 6 months ago. But our payment does go towards some equity in the home, which is nice. Then we also have a home equity line of credit that we took out against our home to build. Actually, this room that I'm sitting in right now, I have a whole video on that, but our home is actually a detached condo. It was 2 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, and we built a 3rd room out of an open loft area that we weren't really using, and so we took out a home equity line to do that project plus pay for a few other house repairs, and so we were slowly paying that off as well. So that balance was $22,235 at the beginning of the month, and now is $22,171. So we paid off $64 of principal on that amount. So that one's going slow too because we are just paying like a very low amount, no extra towards it, because we are throwing all of our extra money at this point towards our student loans, which I will talk about right now. So I have a graduate school student loan and my husband has a graduate school student loan. We had other debts that we paid off earlier this year. He had some debt from undergrad. We had car loan and some credit card debt, but that has all been paid off. So all we're left with now is these two big student loans. My student loan was at $200,658, and at the end of the month, after making just the minimum payment, it went down to $199,135. So it is below the $200,000 mark, which is really exciting. And I talked about this in my last debt update. If you haven't seen that, our student loan debt payoff update for February, I will link it up here. But yeah, that was a huge milestone that we hit, and that went down by $1,523 this month. And then my husband's loan was at $100,545 and went down to $98,075. So his also hit a big milestone and is under the $100,000 mark. So total student loan debt this month went from over $300,000 to under $300,000, which was really cool. I was very excited about. If you watched that video, then you know. So yeah, that his loan went down by $2,470 this month, which was good progress for 1 month. Our total liabilities at the beginning of February were $631,427. We ended the month at $626,864, which means that was a change of $4,563. For assets, you want the change to be a positive number because it means your assets are going up, but for liabilities, you want that change to be negative because it means your liabilities are going down. And so we paid off $4,563 of debt this month, which is super exciting. And so the change in our net worth, we started out February 1st with a net worth of negative $146.20, and we ended the month with a net worth of negative $134,926. So for the month, that was a change of $11,094, and it was a percentage growth of 8.22% for the month. So you can see over here that I have been tracking our net worth for a while. I started out with, November of 2020 and just have been following how it changes each month, and you can see it's slowly trending in the right direction, which is really the goal at the end of the day. Some months are going to be great months and some months are not, but if we can increase our net worth every single month, then we will eventually get to that positive net worth number. And so you can see here on the graph that the net worth is going up each month. If I just add this line in here, you can see kind of the trajectory if we keep going at this pace, where we'll hit. So we're just about, at the end of 2021 gonna hit zero net worth if we keep going at this rate, which was my goal. So we're on track for the year, which is great. And we will just keep staying focused, sticking to our plan, sticking to our budget, putting all of our extra money towards things that increase our net worth, like buying assets or paying down debt. And that, I think, will get us to the financial success and stability that we are aiming for. So that is it for this month's update. Let me know if you liked the video by giving it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about our net worth or anything I said in this video, then make sure you comment below. I love to hear you guys' questions and comments, and you guys are so sweet in the comments and so encouraging and cheer us on in all of our financial progress videos, and that means so much. I really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel and you want to follow our financial journey and watch us pay down debt and increase our net worth and all of that good stuff, then make sure you hit that red subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.